I'm sorry that last live interrupted. I had a karmic on here that reported the live as hate speech, and I appealed it. Yes, it wasn't due to the battery dying this time. It wasn't due to any technical difficulties. I had a karmic on here that reported the live as hate speech. Yes. So now maybe you guys can see where I'll be coming from with the things that I talk about. I appealed it, and so I'm back. We're talking about the old ways of meeting, and I was talking about what I find valuable about these old ways of connecting. And I said clearly, it's not to say that one is better than the other. It's why I prefer it, because it doesn't give room. It doesn't give space for all of the tricks, for all of the games. You're off guard. And it's not in an unhealthy sense of being, off guard. It's just that you're living your life. You're going about living your life. And you meet somebody. Right? Now, when it comes to the work environment, I do have to say this because that's sticky. See, a lot of people end up hooking up with people at work for this reason too, which is dangerous because there's so many reasons why it's not a good idea. You hook up with somebody at work and the shit doesn't work, and if you're dealing with a crazy or a toxic, then it's going to be some challenges for you, right? Because now you're going to have to run across this person or see them or somebody y'all know, and whoop-de-woo, they know where you work, so you don't really, It's the old saying, don't dip your pen in the company ink, because they can decide to make your life a living hell, right? If these things don't go right. On top of, the work environment, depending on the kinds of environments, a lot of us, you still have on a representative, right? You still have a level of planning because you've met someone at work, you're watching them at their desk, they're watching you at your desk, or you see it's still a little strategic because, you caught their eye and saw them at work, and now it's like this plot, right? So though I can appreciate those experiences, it's kind of like, yeah, it's dangerous. Because life happens, and then where's your sense of privacy? And on top of that, you can hear that old saying of crash and burn. It's like you're getting too much of the person. You see them at work, and then you're trying to also have a relationship. You spend 5 hours a day at work, you spend each other's lunches, and you know what I'm saying? So it could be a little bit much. It could be a little overkill, right? Because you're not having a relationship just because you're at work. It's like there's need to be connections outside of the desk, outside of the work environment, right? Anywho, so I just wanted to come right back on because to let you all know that last live, which was so not hate speech, which was so nothing to do with hateful speech, I had a karmic coming on here that, pushed that button to say that I had hate speech. Collective, don't buy into that. We're not speaking hate speech when we speak our opinions on topics. Chances are it's a karmic that was triggered by the truths I was speaking. They were triggered in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay? Possibly they were ones that kind of used all those things to lure people. And so some of the stuff that I was saying bothered them. And I wanted to broadcast that they're still doing this. So if they're trying to go around acting like they're not stalking me anymore, they're stalking me still. Somebody says, "Hello, sis. I love you, Earth Angel." Oh, if you're here, I don't know, are they here? Okay. Well, because it says no people are in here, but okay. Thank you. But yeah, that last live got interrupted because I had KARMICS that selected it, that I was doing hate speech. And I had to appeal it and then come right back on. And they were there. See, this is what I say about how karmic energies operate. They were sitting there the entire time on my video. Okay? And so they're still stalking. They're still trolling. They're still doing their dark magic. They're still projecting evil energy. They're still attempting to bring down people, social media, because they're getting bad karma. And because people are starting to see them for what they really are. Because if they don't like me, because I wasn't using hate speech. And those of you that were on that live, somebody says they stalk me all the time. If you all were on the live before this one the entire time, y'all know that I wasn't doing hate speech. So I find it fascinating how abusers, toxic people, karmics, have the audacity to go and sit on people's stuff, stalk, troll, do abusive things to other people, and have the audacity to go and report someone's video for expressing their opinion about a behavior that they're being triggered by because it's something they've done. But yet, these are the same people that are entitled to being toxic, but they want to push the button, hate speech, but they are hateful. Somebody says they just guilty of what you were saying. Yeah, I know. But y'all see where I'm coming from? I was actually a more mellow live. But they were bothered because some of the, hey, hello, whoever this is. It's saying that some of you guys are here now, but on the top it says that there's no people in here. So I'm not sure if it's like a lag in the connection and you guys came through and out or something. I don't know. It could be my side. It could also be the dark witches doing their stuff because they're mad that their attempt to get my live access blocked didn't work. It's sad. So it's only just it's sad. So it's only just further confirming and proving the things that I say to you all every day. It's proving it. They're helping to prove what I'm teaching. That they're still sitting back, attempting to end me by wrongfully accusing me of a hate speech because I have strong views and opinions. Meanwhile, they do hateful things, but they want to report what they're so-calling hate speech. They shouldn't be here. Do you guys see my point, collective? They shouldn't be on anything. I know that I'm not going to sit on something that I don't like. They shouldn't be there. But it proves the point of their psychosis and their obsessions of trying to silence truth speakers. It's not going to work, as they can see, obviously. It's not going to work. I should say I miss the good old days, because it's like, you know what, I still can create these experiences. I've met people in person. I've always had a fondness about that, because I'm like, well, somebody says this is the year of the sevens. Their bad karma is, oh, their bad karma is hitting them hard. So they're, oh, see, then, okay. I get it. Thank you for sharing that. Because if that's the case, then it's kind of like, then it's compounded. It's the year of the seven, the karmic cycles, but then it's probably a little bit of everything then. So it's not even a matter of just whatever they've done to you personally. It's like whatever. So they may be getting some stuff back in abundance, right? Like, okay, what they did to you, what they did to this one, what they did, like all of the accumulation. Somebody says they're trying to silence us. Oh yeah, what ain't gonna happen, Captain? Obvi. I don't know why they haven't figured that out, especially dealing with me. I don't know why they haven't put it together like, man, it's not gonna happen. And so every time they do it, I'm going to tell too. So it's like, I'm having fun with this at this point of the game. Every time they do it, I'm be like, boom, bitch, I'm going to come on one platform or the other. I'm be like, they reported my videos again because whoop-de-whoop. They reported my videos again because whoop-de-whoop. I sure am. Every single time. Because see, some of these people are they're also trying to go around, sorry about that, acting like they're not doing this stuff anymore. But clearly they are. They're trying to go around acting like, hey, I'm not stalking nobody. I'm not trolling nobody. I don't have none of my goons doing it. Yeah, they do. They sat on that last live that whole time. For those of you that were there, they were there. So collective, keep speaking your truth. However creatively you've been guided to do so. Okay? You have a right, strong opinions. We see, you know why I think a lot of this stuff is BS too when it comes to that? Look at what we have in the media at large, the entertainment industry. Just look at the masses. And they want to claim that someone's strong views and opinions being spoken of is some kind of way where we have violence on TV every day. We have violence in music being celebrated and people buying it in abundance. We have this shit being done on a massive scale, and no one is concerned about that because there's money. So it's like a little bit of bullshit. Nobody's concerned about that. Nobody's going head to head and toe to toe with any of that stuff. People naked, in public arenas, and they ain't nobody doing nothing about none of that. Ain't nobody worried about that, and children being exposed to it or seeing it, and ain't nobody trying to shut that down, and because it's a level of BS. Control tactics. That's what it's really about. Because it ain't got nothing to do with they care. You know how much toxic things I see daily, even in social media, even here. And ain't nobody, it's on here. People, it's 1 trillion followers or 1 trillion views, and because it's somebody standing on top of their head with their legs. Yeah. Yeah. We like to pick and choose as a society. And then we like to, what they call shadow ban and profile. But back to the topic. We can all use a little dirt. Going back outside and playing with dirt again. My generation was, like I said, probably one of the last ones that appreciated outdoors, that appreciated the old school way where you had to be, when you was in high school, y'all had to pass notes, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to get a pen and a pencil, bitch, and have the effort and creative thought to sit down and write. They couldn't just select 30 emojis. And they couldn't just Google really quickly cool sands. You know what I'm saying? Cool sands to flirt with a girl. They had to connect to their emotions. They had to connect and use their imagination. They had to be fully present. They had to apply pen, paper, which is a form of grounding. They had to ground in thought. They had to write it down. This took time and effort. And then they had to go and put it in her locker, bitch. Okay? If it was, the kind that want to put the note in the locker, bitch. Be like, I'm going to write this note. You know what I'm saying? See all that effort? They were the shit. Ain't nobody finna be doing that for 30 people. Shit. Let's see why technology is good and right? Because who wanted to go through all that for like 12 motherfuckers at one time? Shit, it's like shit. They took everything they could to get an original thought just to write the note for the one chick. It's like shit, I ain't doing this for 12 others. Shit, fuck that. If this one don't work, shit, then I'll think about what I gotta do for the next one. Another time. Beautiful. It felt more connective. Y'all laughing at me, right? It felt more connective, didn't it? It felt like it was like, boom, they wrote a paper, bitch. They put their hand. It felt more, right? It wasn't just, man, they Googled this shit on. They Googled and copied it and pasted it, bitch, and just put my name at the end. Bummer. You know what I'm saying? It's like man. Going to the gas station. Old school. Let's meet somebody at the gas station, bitch. Okay, not the bums. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but not the. But I'm just saying, old school. You could be going to the gas station, running your errands, and then somebody, you catch somebody's eye, or vice versa. Hello, ma'am. Which I always be like, I'm not ma'am. But I understand the respect. It's in the moment. Whatever expression I have on my face is going to be one of the most organic expressions that they see. Because it wasn't planned. They'll see me in my downtime, so they already know. Then if we decide to go for that Starbucks cup of coffee, if we decide we want to go to have a meal, then at some point they'll see me in Wonder Woman, Supergirl energy. That's the bonus. That's not the meat and potatoes. It's not the foundation. That's the bonus. Those sayings, you clean up good, you clean up well. Because, you met me in my raw. Then you get to see other aspects. I went through that when I went on a date out here. I met someone rando. I told y'all. This happened, it happened in the summertime. Okay? It was in the summer. And it wasn't planned. I was out shopping. I was out looking at knickknacks. And I didn't know that's where I was going. I just happened to walk into this person's store that they own. And I thought it was just a clerk, but it come to find out it wasn't the clerk, it was the owner of the store. And so I was just being normal me. Y'all see where this is going? I didn't know nothing about none of this. I'm in the store being silly, because I think that day I was being silly and I was dancing and I was just being me. I was being me. And then when it was time for me to go to the register, but I was talking to the dude. Okay? To me, I thought I was dealing with the cashier of, the rest of the store. No. So we exchanged and chat, and this is when, before it was over, because he was making a joke, I was making a joke, and before it was over, he was like, would you like to go out sometime or something like that? And I was like, It was very basic and casual. I said, well, sure, just, I wrote my number down. I said, let me know. Just let me know, whatever. It was all light. And then when we went on the one date, because it was one date, we went on the one date, he said, you clean up well. Because when I was at the store, I had on my ball cap, I had on the yoga pants, I think my hair was poofy. I didn't flat iron or make it look like the straight version. It was the poofy version. So I looked like a wild woman. I did. I looked like a wild woman when he met me. When we went out, boom. Stepped out like, oh shit, yeah. You heard? But see, I like the idea of people accepting me in raw form. Because if they approach you in that form, it's already implied that they obviously like something that they see. They didn't need you to be in full ball gown mode, you know what I'm saying, glammed up in order to catch their eye. Right? Oh, somebody put the heart. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this stuff. I'm just saying that it shows you a little bit about the person. That they obviously liked you. They obviously approached you in that state. If they had a problem with what they saw, they wouldn't have said anything. They wouldn't have asked you out, which means what? They must have a level of acceptance for you. And this is where I'm going in life. This is why I say I feel a little bit sorry for super famous people. A little bit. That is trying to start over or reestablish their lives or friendships because they discovered that they had nothing but a bunch of snakes or whatever. Because it's how do you do that from that place once you're already so far up there? You know what I'm saying? How do you do that? How do you know? If these ain't motherfuckers just coming in because you are way up there. This is what's precious about being in this middle place, because it's they don't know who you are. I kind of keep that secluded because I want people to see me. I don't want to get into, oh yeah, I'm bloomed from within love, whoopie whoop. You heard? When I'm meeting people in 3D life, that's not how I roll. I prefer to engage just organically with the person just to see where they are so they can see who I am and see how we connect. before going there. Because you're trying to get to the raw of things. We're trying to get back to the simple things. Once people know you got some kind of clout or some kind of success, it's really hard to tell nowadays what their real motivation for wanting to be your friend, their real motivation for wanting to date you. Did they want to date you before they thought you was ballooned from within love? Did they see your worth and value before you had, 1,000 followers, before you had, were they remotely interested? It makes you go, were they interested? Because if they were not, what's the big difference? What's the main thing? Especially if you were the same type of a person. Is it because they are trying to measure how they're going to get some kind of benefit from knowing you? Because they obviously didn't value you and who you were and what you had before you had 1,000 followers. They didn't see none of that. They was too busy trying to find those who did have 1,000 followers. The fans only pages. I'm interested in getting back to playing in dirt. Going back to analog. Going back to old school research where you had to have intentional time and effort with finding things out. You had to be fully vested and present, and there was going to be no shortcut. We can use a little bit more dirt. It ain't gonna hurt. Going outside. Maybe we'll get resensitized. Think of it that way, collective. Maybe if we intentionally do this on a weekly basis, that'll help us to get resensitized to being a human. And to having organic and authentic, heartfelt connections again. Maybe if we spend less and less time on these dating apps scrolling, we'll have a shot of something real. Everybody is screaming they want something real, but they want it to happen at lightning speed with no amount of real legit effort at all. And they want it to have an unrealistic sense of perfection that's based on all these illusions. But they want something real. Everybody's saying that. I want something real. I want something soulful. But nobody wants to take the time to have something real and something soulful. Or they want to pick the things that are not real and soulful and try to make them real and soulful and be mad that it's not real and soulful. We need to fix the gaping holes that a lot of us still have in our heart, which is why we have a tendency to chase all this shit to begin with. We're still trying to get rid of the unseen little boy and little girl inside. We're still trying to prove that we can bang a hot chick and a hot dude. We're still trying to prove that we can be successful. We're still those wounded little boys and little girls. But if we want something real and soulful, we have to go back to the real and soulful ways. Now, disclaimer, to each his own. I tell people this all the time. Accept your lot. Nobody has to make you be real and soulful. If you're happy being shallow, be that and own it. And accept the consequences of a shallow life. Nobody says everybody's got to want something real and soulful and deep and profound. If you want to be shallow, surface, superficial, you have full right to be shallow, surface, superficial, but equally so, accept the consequences of a shallow, surface, and superficial life. People like the high of these lives, but they don't like the consequences of those lives. They don't like the emptiness of those lives. They don't like the fact that it's nothing more than the aesthetics. I came back live for so many reasons. I'm like, I'm going to show them I ain't going nowhere. And also to let the universe know and the collective masses know that they are still doing this shit if they're trying to pretend differently. Keep records. Start screening those who are in your lives. Go back, 'cause I think you can trace like the first 10. So go back and start looking at all those profiles or writing it down. And just be aware, okay? All right, I'm going to get going. I enjoyed this discussion. I know I haven't uploaded people. I know some of my people are like, she ain't uploaded. No, she ain't did no fucking, she ain't uploaded the discussions, bitch. She ain't did the reading, bitch. What's up? I did a reading offline today when I was at Starbucks. That's how I got the card that said somebody was lying about and hiding a death. And I was like, ooh. They getting it too. With the little mini reading I did, I was like, ooh. They getting it, boy. They ain't gonna get away. So if any of you all got a story similar to that, just know that they're trying to work overtime, but all the people that are involved with that, they're all going down. All of them. They all are. This is why I be trying to be fair. I be trying to be fair. I be trying to be loving. I'm like, look, motherfuckers. I'm like, motherfuckers, y'all better get out the way, man. Don't say nobody didn't say nothing. Don't say nobody didn't say nothing. Y'all better move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Move. Get out. Just like get out the way. Because you collab with that shit, don't be mad about what you get. Hell, it was probably one of the killers that reported my video. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it was either the killer or the killer's crew. I wouldn't be shocked. Because they scared. And trying to figure out what I know. So they can plot and scheme. Too bad. So this is a part of why I haven't uploaded stuff. It's a part of why throwing them off track. It's like, yeah, they're going to have to do this shit the old way. They're gonna have to go analog, bitch. They're gonna have to do this shit the old way. They're waiting to see if old Bloom is gonna do a reading. So they can try to sit and come together and try to figure out what do she know? What don't she know? Has she talked to Divine Masculine? Do she know about what happened to Divine Masculine? Do she know we stole the house? Do she know we sold the house? Do she know we were a part of it? I know that's what they do. Let's seal Bloomy's readings so we can figure this shit out. So we can do our rituals. So I'm making them wait. They're going to have to be on YouTube and looking at all the other readers, bitch. Or they getting frustrated, though. Because they're like, nah, we need to hear Bloomy. We got to hear Bloomy, especially as it pertains to Bloomy. We need to hear. Too bad. They got to go analog. Has she talked to any other family members? We'll find out today. If she decides to go on. They'll never know. Live in fear. They'll never know. All right, y'all. But, oh, wait. I think I am going to be doing a reading. Okay? I got to fill it out. I think I'm going to be doing one tonight. A couple of messages that came through. I don't know if they're going to have me to layer the reading I did off camera for you guys, where there's somebody hiding a death. Also, a Divine Masculine's, when I was off camera, one of their baby mamas' names fell out. Ooh, I was like, oh, I was like, yeah. I was like, well. Let's put them on a list. Hey, people shouldn't be trying to kill people. That's all I'm trying to say. People shouldn't be trying to kill people and stuff, okay? People shouldn't be trying to kill people, and people should, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with who these masculines decide they want to go be with. It's like, but people, I don't care. People shouldn't be trying to kill people. Sorry. They shouldn't be trying to kill people. They shouldn't be trying to beat up people and shit. So, whatever they get is what they deserve. Y'all should go to my YouTube channel, though, if you haven't already. Check out the latest live over there. It's going to make you laugh. Especially those of you who got similar paths as myself. Similar backgrounds. It's going to make you go, yup. It's going to make you go, yup, this is keeping it real, shit. And just motherfuckers just don't got the balls to admit it. Everybody too scared of how it's going to look. Scared. All right. Okay, ancestors, I'll be good. Shoot, old Blue came back, bitches. I ain't going nowhere.